挽回八下の咎めこれが私の残白刀の真の力だ挽回八下の咎め
Alright, drum roll. Now this has been one of, if not my most anticipated figure that I've waited for since I started collecting them. That being, and I apologize if I pronounce her name wrong, Kuchiki Rukia from Bleach, made by Chocobo Studio. I really do love the art on the box, and the packaging was great. However, I was a bit afraid because when I shook the box earlier, I heard something bouncing around and thought something must have broke. Fortunately, that wasn't the case. I know most people don't know this about me, but I try to make it apparent, is that Rukia is my favorite character in Bleach, and probably one of my most favorite characters in any anime I've seen. And for no particular reason, I just really love her design, voice, her demeanor, personality, even her ice powers are amazing. She is a perfect combination of cute and badass. While the body of the figure looks great, I think the best part, other than the base, which I'll show later, I love the sculpt of the head and face. I feel like it perfectly captures Rukia's beauty and badassness, if you will. I will say, as a recording of this, episode 7 of Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Core 2 came out. I think episode 6 with Asnok and Rukia will probably be my favorite episode of this part. Maybe even all the parts once Bleach is finished. Here we have the Italian hand. Sorry for the bad joke. Honestly, wanting a Rukia figure was what started my desire to collect figures in the first place. And I am glad that I found one in her Bankai version. I'm glad I managed to find one in stock because I checked multiple websites for it and most of them were already sold out by the time I tried getting my hands on one. Luckily, I found one. However, it was more on the expensive side and I did think about whether to buy it or not, but in the end I decided it was absolutely worth it for Rukia. It costed around 392 USD, quite expensive. And the shipping was around $65. And it took about a month and a half to arrive. Alright, now here's the base. And I absolutely adore it. I love the transparent ice look. And it's probably going to be one of my favorite bases for any figure I have. And it came with 2 swords, which is something I didn't expect. One more metallic-like and the other being more plastic. Alright, so I just want to take this moment to talk about the anime for a bit. Rukia vs. Asnok was one of my most anticipated fights to be animated just because of Rukia's Bankai, and was worried on how they portray it. Because as much as I've been loving the new anime, from its animation, art, and music, most of the fights have felt rushed in my opinion, though it's more of a nitpick than anything. For example, Mask the Masculine's fight was pretty much done all in one episode. It followed the manga almost one-to-one, yet sometimes it feels like the anime doesn't let some moments to breathe, and it just moves from scene to scene. I had similar problems with the Toshiro, Soifon, and Komomora fights. However, the fight with Rukia and Asnok felt well paced to me. I could be biased because it is Rukia. I'm glad the anime kept such as Asnok's monologue of the fear. It even kept his flashback. They even elevated Rukia's Bankai to me, making it far more gorgeous than how I envisioned it in my head when I first read the manga chapters, which is rare because I usually prefer the manga over the anime most of the time. Also, I don't want to forget to mention, came with a second head along with this coin that was making the thumping noise earlier. When I shook the box, it was the coin that made the that noise, and it looks pretty cool. Now it's time to assemble everything. I do like how everything feels, and I'm glad that nothing came in broken, because I know that is a thing that happens when you buy figures, especially recent or re-signed, I still don't know how to pronounce that, figures or statues. I do hope to find and buy Rukia in her standard normal Soul Reaper outfit, or if there's one in her Shikai as well. And again, I also don't want to keep repeating myself about the platform, because I just love the ice sticking out and how the material feels, along with the miniature bust it came along with. It just looks fantastic and gorgeous, and I can't stop admiring it. I do admit I had problems putting on her sword because I thought both of her hands needed to touch the blade. Yeah, no matter how I positioned it or moved it, it kept falling off just a little bit, but that's okay. It still looks great. Now the figure is around a little below 12 inches, including with the base, and Rukia herself is around 10 inches, from what I can see. I won't lie, I don't know what it is, but something about the figure could have been done better, in my opinion. But at least the face sculpture is amazing, probably the best part of the figure, as I mentioned, along with the platform. Maybe if they gave her a transparent sword, I don't know how they would have done that, but I would have liked something a bit more. I think I feel this way especially more so after watching the anime, because how much her appearance looked. I think that's why I feel like this figure is slightly underwhelming, simply because I am comparing it to the anime version, where her dress is more ice-like. You can see her shoulders, which is something you really couldn't tell from the manga, where it just seems more like a dress. And her collars around her neck and shoulder, they seem to be transparent. Nonetheless, I'm still so glad I finally have a proper Rukia figure, and she was worth every penny. The only other figure I have of Rukia is the relaxed bath time one, which I'll show later, and she looks good. However, I really wanted a Rukia in her regular Shinigami or Soul Reaper outfit, preferably her post time skip design, but one in her Bankai is the next best thing. Alright, that's pretty much it for the close-ups, which is something new I'm trying out, and I'll probably continue to do with other figures because I think it turned out great. And finally, we have the picture section, which I kind of struggled finding good lighting for, and I'll admit it didn't turn out the best, and I could have done better, but I'm going to be honest, I was a bit too lazy to retake some of the pictures, and I rushed it, which I need to work on. And even then, I still think overall it looks amazing. Here I have other Rukia related stuff that I bought to show off my affection and simpingness, if you will. And with that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye!